Hello. Steve Brody here. Elif Keefe, are you there?
Yeah, I hear now. Sir, do you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, do you hear me?
I do now, yes.
How are you, sir?
No problem. Tell me, am I pronouncing your name right? Is it Elif?
Yes, that's right.
Elif. So let's see. I don't know. I am in a hotel and I'm not sure how much bandwidth I have, but I could start video if you want to try that.
Uh, my internet connection is not very good, so here I sometimes don't hear very well. But for the program, I will use the place
Should
for
we
better
do
internet connection. Hello?
Oh,
Yep.
that's good. I can hear you. So you say for the conference, there will be better internet? Mine says my internet connection is unstable. I don't know. I am not as certain that my connection is good either, but I am hoping it is. Ah, now I see you.
I think you can share screen by
Do you see me?
think
I see a shot view. Does not look like you're moving, so I imagine it is frozen. Can you see me at the moment? I think you said yes, but I'm not certain. Let me turn off my background. I don't know if that affects things. Now I see just myself, but I see a Stardust Squad icon, which is a little solar system.
Hello? I think it was better now.
I think, yes, I actually see some movement. I saw your hand move.
I don't know. I see perfectly, but I don't know how it's seen to you.
So you can, yes, it's a little fuzzy. Actually, it's moving. It's not moving very smoothly, but it is not so bad right now. I see your hand like this. So
Yeah.
I am not in my home because I am on the eastern coast. I drove for 3.5 hours yesterday because tonight there will be a launch of a rocket nearby at the NASA facility very close to where I am right now, which is a supply mission to the space station. And I've not seen one of these launches in a long time. So very early yesterday morning, Wednesday morning, I decided I was going to just jump in my car with my bicycle and my kayak in the trunk and drive 3.5 hours to where I am right now, which is in a lovely little nature area where the next door to what's called the Wallops Island Flight Facility, which is where the company Northrop Grumman uses a launch pad to launch its rocket to the space station as one of the two supply providers, vendors. SpaceX, you've probably heard of. They launch out of
Yeah,
Florida.
of course.
And Northrop Grumman, which used to be the company Orbital, but Northrop Grumman Corporation bought them. They launched their rocket about, I'd say, 5 miles from where I am sitting right now. And tonight at 9:38 p.m.
I
Eastern,
could go there too, but I cannot.
a
Way
night
far
launch.
away.
I'm sorry, say again?
I wish I could go there too. It's really for me.
I'm afraid there was too much echo for me to understand. Try again. Is my voice coming through clearly to you?
Sometimes the voice trembling is not clear sometimes, but it's good now.
You know what? It's interesting. I wonder if when you speak, I'm going to mute my mic for a second, and then I'll ask you to just say a sentence or two, and then raise your hand when you're done, and then I will unmute my mic. I'm just curious to see if that helps it. So I'm muting now.
Oh, so I should speak now. Okay. What I should speak about, I don't know.
Well, did you understand what I said about tonight's rocket launch? I saw a nice smile, so that is good. And also, when I put mute, your audio was much clearer. So perhaps I will raise my hand when I am going to speak or when I'm going to mute. So, but did my audio come through so you understood that about the rocket launch tonight which will be exciting if it happens? There is oh, good. It is
Yeah, understood.
Okay, now we have it a little clearer. It's right now NASA is saying 70% chance that the weather will be good enough. They have to worry about clouds and visibility, but it's very dramatic. Have you ever seen a launch?
Just on like YouTube and internet.
Not with your own eyes. It is very, it's emotional. You
Yeah.
not only see it, you get all your senses are involved. It's quite
But
exciting.
every day I see it in my dreams when I sleep. Every day I do like watching launch.
And that's how I started. Actually, my first experience was seeing it on little black and white TVs when I was a child, seeing the earliest astronauts going into space, and the rest were in my dreams, reading science fiction and dreaming that I would be one of those people someday.
Yeah.
So let's get right to testing what we can test.
Okay.
So what I want to share, the video that I want to share that's on YouTube, maybe you've seen it. It is the famous video of Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield playing his guitar in the space station. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I know. I can sing that song too.
And it's ground control to major tom, Space Odyssey by and he received permission from who's the musician? His name escapes me. but he received permission from the musician to change the words and write his own. It's a great example of combining audio visual with space, and
Yeah.
music. So
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite examples to show. So if you agree, I think that would be a lovely 5 minutes or so for everyone to experience. Even if some have experienced it before, so there are two ways we can do that. One is that I could launch the YouTube and do a screen share, or simply whoever's the coordinator, yourself or the IT, could bring it up on your own computer and share for everybody. I don't know, we can see if I have a problem. I'm in a hotel, I think I mentioned. They say their internet is pretty good, but hotels don't usually have the highest speed bandwidth. So if we could try it right now, maybe that's the first thing we should try. I will, I guess right now I'm in full screen on my laptop. Do you know, I've never done this, so you have to be patient with me.
It's okay.
I have never screen share. I've always been a viewer or a chat person. So I see the share screen, and I've seen other lecturers do this. So do I push that first and then I launch YouTube, do you think? Or should I take myself out of full screen, open another internet window, or do something else? Do you have an idea, or are
Yeah.
we just experimenting?
If you open YouTube firstly and then you make share screen, it will show only YouTube channel. And when you close the page of YouTube channel, that the screen share will be done. But if you do like screen share, general screen share, whatever you do on the screen of your computer, everyone will see everything, whatever you do.
That's important to notice. So what I should do is to make sure I've closed all my other windows, so that because I was looking for places to go. I have a kayak with me to paddle around the nature area here, which has some lovely birds. So when I was waiting for you, I was looking at locations with a ramp into the water. So let me close. Oh, I have a lot of windows. Let me close all these other windows.
Maybe also in the day of presentation, maybe it will be fine for you if you close the other pages, but only you use the Zoom and your needed pages. That will help for better network.
Right. Let's see. I'll get rid of this. Close that. Close my kayaking notes. And close my calendar. Nobody needs to see all of my crazy things on my calendar. I will.
Are you in Florida now?
No, it's a part of Virginia. I live in the state of Virginia. I live in a town called Arlington, which is a neighboring town to Washington, D.C. And I'm on what's called the Delmarva Peninsula, which is Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia share this peninsula along the Atlantic Ocean. And so I'm actually still part of the state of Virginia, but it's a long state, probably almost as long as Turkey is.
I see. When do you plan to go back to France?
I'm sorry?
When do you plan to go back to France?
Oh, well,
for education.
As for education, I think that would be determined by the COVID-19 pandemic, because everything, as you may know, everything is virtual at
Yeah.
ISU at the moment. With some exception, both France and the US are not doing well. How are you doing in Turkey with the pandemic, and is your family safe?
They are safe. Actually, we heard about 2 or 3 days ago, my brother got positive results. So we are waiting that he get healed. Uh, we are a little bit afraid of my father because he's old and sick. We protect him, but we mostly protect him actually. But the rest of relatives, families are fine. And the situation in Turkey is not really terrible. So people care about the mask and the cleaning, and everything is online already. The education from the primary until the university, everything is online.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am quite embarrassed about my country, unfortunately, but hopefully in another month we will have an election and we will have a new government in January, and it will be more. It will hopefully be more friendly to accepting scientific fact and medical fact.
Yeah.
Right now, we have a little bit of a aberration, a anomaly in our political system. Okay, so let's try this. I've now closed everything. So what would you recommend? Should I go to share screen button now? And then, and I don't know, I'm not sure exactly what happens when I click it.
You can try it.
I
Just try each option.
I am like a child. I'm a child in the candy store trying new things.
Yeah.
Okay, so it opened a window. It says share computer sound. Yes, I do want to do that. Optimize screen share for video clip. I should probably click that. And now it says, are you familiar with the screen? It says here desktop one.
Yeah.
And
If
then
you
yeah.
click on the desktop one, you can everyone will see everything whatever you do. You can just switch from page to page. Everyone will see. But if you choose the specific page, we will only see that page when you close that page, and the screenshot will be finished.
Oh, okay. I also see a window that says Safari unknown, but and I wonder, that is my main browser, is Safari. And I'm going to go to Safari but actually desktop one is probably good because I'm going to do not only the YouTube, then I'm going to show slides probably from a PowerPoint slide from my desktop.
Yeah.
So
I also think that
should
the
I just say
desktop is fine.
one?
Yeah. I think that desktop is better for you because you will change the pages, as I know.
Okay, allow Zoom to share your screen. It says open system preferences. So I guess I need to allow that to happen. Okay. Let's see if this works. Allow the apps below to record the contents of your screen, even while using. Do I want to allow it to record the contents? I don't know about that. But.
I think if you allow that, we can record the screen, whatever you share.
Okay.
Only that. Yeah.
Okay, so I've clicked that.
Because we plan to record all the panels and then maybe we will share on our YouTube channel then. That's why.
Can you see my screen now?
Not yet.
So, let me see. Stop video. What are you still seeing me?
I see you on myself.
Right. So right now it's showing my desktop and it's showing a little window with me in it, but not you. But let me click back to, oh, there's the Zoom. So I click the Zoom and there's you again. And then, are you seeing my desktop? Which actually is just you right now. Let's see, share. Okay, now push, well, let's say allow Zoom to share your screen. It's saying that again. Well, that's why we're doing this test. Okay, so general, firewall, privacy, allow the apps below. Okay. Let's see.
I also try to learn something here as a
Yeah.
moderator.
I'm seeing if I had to, I may have, I just tried to unlock the privacy here so I could just do the screen share. Require an administrator password to access system-wide preferences. That's fine. So let's see if this works now. Now that I unlock that. Share screen, desktop. Allow Zoom to share your screen. Okay, I'm trying. I am trying accessibility. Okay, Zoom will not be able to record the contents of your screen until it is quit. Oh, okay. Now there's a checkbox there. Let's see what happens. Try this one more time. There you are again. There's the screen share. Oh, now you're appearing in my desktop. Share. You are share.
I
Do
see
you
everything now.
see
Yeah.
astronomy picture of the day,
Yeah.
which is the window I have on my, oh, great. Okay. I had to check this box, which was successful. That's my homepage, which is that's my favorite. In fact, if I forget to say, this is my favorite website, and it's my homepage called Astronomy Picture of the Day, apod.nasa.gov. Every day a new picture with links, and it has a beautiful description that is very easily understood. And often there's some humor and links to other sites. And there's a great archive and an index and a search function. You can find on here any kind of picture, and it's not just astronomy, it's anything related to Earth and space science, human exploration, robotic exploration. So anyone who wants to find, in fact, I imagine even Chris Hadfield's video was on here, and terrain of Mars in 3D, where if you put on, do you know about if you have the little red and blue glasses that often you can use with a video game to see 3D? There are images on this website that are in 3D from Mars, which are beautiful to see, so that anyone can see the terrain on Mars. Okay, so let's get focused. because I'm sure you have other things to do and I want to go paddle and bike. So let's see. So now I guess I will try to launch this YouTube video. I actually have YouTube, I think. No, I don't have it there, but let me just go to, I don't know why it says that. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So there's this bar. Okay, there's the normal Zoom bar. I'm learning this. Probably have this book. Why not? Oh, now I am. Okay, try again.
Hey everybody, stop clicking around. I am in the woods with some water going in the background near my house. And in the next 30 seconds, I'm going to show you how to use this solar power.
Are you both hearing this and seeing this?
And the hatch is open. Chris Hadfield now aboard the International Space Station.
All right, I'll get it running. Here we go. Many people have asked me why I did it. Nobody's.
Okay, so this is not the one I thought it was. This is him just talking about it. So
Isn't this kind of documentary, perhaps?
yes, must be a documentary. So let's see. How do I go back?
Maybe you can like do pages side by side, and then you move pages to pages.
Okay, here it is. Let's see. When you said pages, do you mean different windows of my browser or tab?
Yeah. Different. Can't you do like you are?
Or I can do just a tab, which is in the same. That's easy. That's probably even easier.
I'm not good at Mac.
What I want to do, I'm going to make sure I probably have it saved, but I'm going to add this under my ISU link, ISU professional work.
Conference events. There is conference events, maybe there.
Conferences and events, that's good. Okay, I'll just add it right there, Space Oddity, YouTube. Perfect, so it's ready to go. And so this I'm going to go to full screen and just give me one of these or something or other if everything looks good to you. Sound as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, I'll just let him say at least
Ground
one or two
control
things.
to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom.
Okay, so this is one of the things I will do. And let me close out of that for now, or just go back there and see you more directly. Oh, okay. So if I want to, right now, you are on a small, well, I'll leave you there for now. You're on a small screen on my laptop. can you see yourself in this little window over here?
Yeah, I see myself.
Okay. So if I wanted to, I just click back to meeting. If I
Y-
want,
You should stop screen sharing and then you can come back to normal page, Zoom page. Yeah, like
Okay.
that.
so what you should have as backup, to back me up, is if you also would have uh, the Space Oddity YouTube link ready for you to launch
Yeah,
on your side.
I can also maybe make it ready here. And just
Yep.
if you get problem, I will open it instead of you, for you.
Yeah, that's good redundancy, as we like
Yeah.
to do it in NASA and ISU.
I also have downloaded that music when I work on some project. I listen to that music.
Oh, that
It's
music.
on my computer. Yeah,
Okay.
it's on my computer as well.
So I want to also, tell me when you've completed that, or if you have it.
When it comes to what?
When you have, when you've finished, were you saving the link for that YouTube so you had it ready to go? Or you'll do that later, you're just making notes?
I can do now. Also later.
It's
Also,
your choice.
it doesn't matter.
You could just make a action that
Uh-huh.
have the YouTube ready to go in case my bandwidth at my hotel is a problem, or
Yeah.
I have a problem on my end. That way I can say, Eddie, please, could you launch the YouTube? And I'm not going to, some people will have seen it, others may not. I think it's a nice, was it about 5 minutes or so? I think it's a nice 5-minute peaceful moment to enjoy anyway, to give a very visual example of space and the arts when you bring people who also have creative artistic talent like Chris Hadfield. So now I'm seeing, is that you doing something?
I did the same thing. I did my YouTube.
Okay, and I see your screen share.
You can check the sound if it's fine or not.
I can't hear it. I heard you, but not.
Really? You don't
I
hear the music?
No.
Really?
I don't. Oh,
What about
maybe-
now? Do you hear?
Ground control to Major Tom.
Because of headphone.
Ground control to
These are all the little things that we forget, and then in the moment when we're doing it, sometimes
put
the
your
emotions
helmet on.
can block us.
Ground
You know
control.
what?
Is it okay?
Okay, you stop that. I find that it will be important as the moderator for you. You are able to mute everybody. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
So I think when we are, either when I am speaking or when we're showing that video or something with music, you will want to mute everybody, because I find that that will cut the bandwidth down and it'll make things go more easily. And also I don't want some crying baby in the background or something. We all have I have cats at home. We have animals that do strange things, and dogs can bark and all that. So
I see.
as moderator, I think it will go more smoothly. Of course, that's just regular conference things. In this time of COVID-19, everybody is, lots of people are at home or in areas where unpredictable things can happen. So the other thing I want to do is to, first off, change my background. I have several virtual backgrounds. One of the favorite ones is this one. And I assume, do you see me with the earth?
Yeah, it is wonderful. It's wonderful, but I think I cannot do it. Mine is because of my computer, I think.
Yeah, that's,
like
I'll let
have
you
really
play, I'll let you play with that, but I have several, oh, I see it.
I am terrible.
No, actually, it depends on your camera and a lot of different things. Right now, I'm seeing some lovely backgrounds, some nice space background, but I'm
Yeah.
not seeing you. I'm only seeing an outline of half of your, like your shoulder and part of your head, but it is not clear.
Yeah, it's
Are,
better for me not using anything.
are
Yeah,
you
no.
able to see me clearly? Because this is
Yeah,
probably where I will sit.
yours
And
is better. Yours is wonderful, number one.
is it
But
very good? I've got
yeah,
a lamp on right here that gives extra light for me,
spotlighting.
my face. Okay, so that's good. That's the other thing I wanted to try. And then I wanted to do screen share and show, let me call up the PowerPoint right now. Um,
Is there any sound difference when I use headphone or not? It's not plugged. No.
well, you want to try something? I mean, right now I had the conversation has been good, and I can hear you. I have not had to put myself on mute to hear you, so I don't know if it was a problem before that
Mm.
the internet connection was not
Actually,
stable.
it is the problem of Zoom. When we start it in the first moment, it's got the problem for 1-2 minutes, and then it get better.
Yeah. Okay, so I stopped screen sharing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to show, this is just an image. It's one of my favorites. When I was at NASA, I commissioned an artist to do a painting for me, for NASA. And then we created a lithograph of it. And that's the painting I'm about to go on full screen to show. And I'm going to screen share and make sure that you see it, or you could tell me if you see it.
You know about the plan of Elon Musk also, he wants to make a film in a space. Do you think is a kind of art too? Do you think that filming cinema is kind of art?
Indeed, indeed. I consider when I conduct the workshop Space in the Arts, I try to make sure that everyone recognizes that when we say the creative arts, we are talking about all levels of anyone's individuality,
Mm.
any field of art. And film is certainly one of those. And in fact, there have been movies made and filmed in space. Uh, uh, is it Tom Hanks,
Tom Cruise?
Ron Howard? They sent cameras to the space station or the space shuttle. Some of the imagery of zero gravity in some of the films that you and I have probably both seen have actually been filmed either in the parabolic flights of the zero gravity plane or some on the space station. So some of it has been done already. But let me not get too off the track here. So now I'm going to share my screen. And it says,
This is funny.
and you see this, this is my image. I asked the artist, Pat Rawlings, who's a famous, Patrick Rawlings, he's a famous American space artist. Give me a picture of what the Olympics might look like on the moon someday. And if you could just read it, is it clear enough so you can read?
Yeah, it's very clear.
Good.
It's like my window.
Excellent. So this is an example of where a collaboration between an artist and, in this case, a space person like myself, and he happens to be a space artist, so he already does that combination of space and the arts. That's part of his part of his job is to imagine different worlds. And if you go to Patrick Rawlings' website, he has all these galleries of beautiful pictures that he's done, either painting or now he probably does it with graphics on a computer rather than oil paintings. This was an oil painting originally. And in the mid 90s, when I was working in a small office at NASA headquarters, and I wanted to try to convey to humanity, convey to the average person, and especially to children, that the future in space is not just for rocket scientists, it's not just for test pilots, it's not just for people with PhDs, but someday we will have colonies and settlements on the moon, on Mars. Humanity will be living in other worlds. And how do we combine that with something that people are familiar with? Well, I say, well, people are familiar with sports. And so I said to Pat, who I had known a little bit, I said, Pat, give me a couple sketches and we'll decide, of sports in space. And he did one that was zero gravity in a space station. So some kind of I forget what he did, but probably something like squash or some other sports inside a chamber in space. And then he did a sketch. And then I said, let's go with the moon, because it's hard to connect your mind to something like zero gravity games because it's not natural. But to connect to the moon, where you have only 1/6 gravity, you can then simply do a more easy transformation. And some of the important things, you could see my cursor, right, when I'm moving around?
Yeah,
So this is the other image. Actually, this is on the web, not as good a quality as this, what you're seeing. The Johnson Space Center, the name called the Lunar Games is, if you Google the Lunar Games and NASA, it will bring up the website where this picture appears, and the back side of it, let me bring up the back side of this image, which this was done. What we then did is create a backside of a lithograph. We created a lithograph. Do you know, lithograph is a common term?
I don't know.
We created, it's about the size of my laptop screen in paper, with the front side is the front side is this, and the back side is this, and it's laminated, so it has like a smooth finish and durable, so it's a little bit more durable than just paper. And we created 200,000 of these, and we gave them to schools and classrooms. And this is the back of it. It just describes the front picture. It gives math. So I worked with a teacher to come up with what would be good material for a teacher or to use in a classroom. So here's a mathematics exercise. How far could you throw or kick a ball on the moon? How high could you jump? And then give you little conversion equations. And then what I love was topics of discussion, prompting the creative mind of students, especially young students. And often when I'd go into a classroom, there would be half the class would be interested in space or technology or engineering. The other class would half. But when I'd say, what about sports in space? The other half then becomes instantly interested as well. So I've used this picture to connect with others who may not be immediately interested, but also the business community. Because as you see, I told the artist, I said, give me the commercial tie-in. all of us think about the Olympics, there's also going to be the banners, the flags of the countries. And then here you have the advertising of example companies from the future. We have CNN, Global News Network, beaming the games back to Earth. We have these little, in the description on the back, it talks about the little rockets that would be bringing the parents or the tourists or those who want to come to attend, who want to sit in the stands. And it describes in the back that this is a dome of some material that the future engineering and scientists of the future, like the classrooms I would be talking to, will have to design this material, because right now we don't know how to create a clear glass that would be able to have zero, basically no atmosphere on the outside, but regular atmosphere. And here we have people inside the dome that are flying by their own wings. These are, if you can imagine, people strapped to, not, this is even like kite flying or hang gliding. This is the next step where people would be in some kind of harness. And here they're having a competition. Here's a holograph of a basketball game that's taking place in the stadium next door. So that's all described in the back. So again, this is just an example again of the creative talents of an artist, a very good artist, using his or her talents. So that that's, again, another connection I plan to give. In the workshop that I do, I give 3 examples. This painting, I give the example of Chris Hadfield's YouTube video. And then the third one is a little PowerPoint slide presentation I put together with music and beautiful pictures of, real pictures of space objects. And I use those 3 examples. This is for a 4-hour workshop. For 30 minutes, I give these examples. I talk a little bit about it. And then for 2 hours, all this was done for the SSP students of ISU in 2017, 2018, and 2019, the 3 summers of that, where I came and gave this workshop. The middle 2 hours of the 4-hour period, each of the students in the SSP will go off with their laptops or the computers that they have available and do their own creation. Some would do artwork, some would create new music or a rap song. So I had a student from Peru who created a beautiful rap with beautiful images, all about how he was a boy in a little village in Peru and dreamed of going into the stars and never thought that he would ever have that opportunity. And then he discovers later on, he is able to attend ISU, and he was in my workshop and he did a rap song. You know the term rap for music?
Yeah, of course.
Imagine that's global, but I do, in the true ISU spirit, I do not want to assume that people understand all of the words I use.
I think that in this picture, the dome style will be my work in the future, because I'm planning for experting about space architecture, because I'm graduate from architecture bachelor, and then I wanted to do master about space architecture. But as you are here, I really want to ask you, do you think that International Space University will help me for the space architecture as well?
Oh, yes. ISU is not a place to go to become the best at any one thing. If you want to be the best space architect, you need to study that with space architects, probably at either a university or an architecture company. I see you've had some experience in some of those already, which is great. But ISU is where you learn many different things across the board. And space architecture, I don't know if there's any faculty member that is doing much with that right now. But then again, there's 60 or 70 ISU faculty members and many more who are guest lecturers who come during an ISU program. So, it's quite possible. We have certainly had students whose background is architecture. In fact, the master's class of last year, I remember a architecture, a student with a student. He was probably a young professional doing some kind of architecture work like you were doing, and came to do a master's degree. And he was asking me if I knew of architecture people doing, and I have a number of colleagues who are architects who are also in the space field. So so yes, you will. I think that everyone brings their own interests, and the discussion that happen at ISU, either formal discussions during classes or the workshops, or just the informal at the meals and in the evenings and whatever, get into whatever subjects that are of interest to the participants of the program. So you won't get a PhD in space architecture from ISU, nor will a person come and get a PhD or become the best propulsion engineering expert in ISU. What you will gain is, what does Elif think about space architecture? If my background perhaps is in policy, or my background is in engineering, how is it for a Turkish person to think about the world? So those, it's the exchange that creates the fertile ground for marrying different interests, and also marrying different cultures and different ways of thinking about the world, where different people think about the world in different ways based upon, somebody may be good at mathematics, somebody may be good at the communication skills and under empathy and feeling for other people, and having people of different nationalities, different cultures, and different academic talents come together. And sometimes you learn things you didn't even know you had a talent for. And that's why I do the space in the arts. Some people attend my space in the arts and they say, I didn't know that I could even write a song that had a connection to my love of space. And then they will see Chris Hadfield and instantly it will make sense. Or somebody who is a painter or a sculptor. And I have some examples, I hope.
I didn't know I was talented about the Rubik's Cube. After 1 or 2 tries, I did this. I had this talent as well.
Oh my, well, I could see why in architecture you would be very good. If you have that kind of skill, I am excited about what you will achieve in your life. So let me go and show this slide presentation, if I could bring it up. Now, I have not, let me see. Okay, I'm screen sharing. I still want to screen share.
The screen share is open now. I see your screen now.
Yes, I'm going to quit preview and go back to, no, I'm going to just launch this PowerPoint, which is my, okay, I did my Lunar Games. So again, what you probably will want to do for that Lunar Games picture is, maybe you could do it while I find this other thing, is Google Lunar Games and NASA, and hopefully the first link will be the Johnson Space Center. It'll be jsc.nasa.gov/Lunar Games or something like that. So you can find both the picture and the description that you just saw on the front and back of that picture, so that if anybody wants to be able to see that image on the web, they can immediately go to it. And then you could read about, what would it be like to engineer and build that dome? And what will it be like to create a new, activity or new sport that may not even be possible on Earth, but might be possible on the moon? And while you're finding that, let me see, what am I looking for?
What are these? Let's see.
Workshop, Space in the Arts workshop.
I saw that page as well now.
You found it?
Yeah, I found it.
Good. Okay. Go to programs. SSP 718 workshop. Okay. Okay, we launch this. I'm launching. Oh, can't open this file. Oh, why not? Oh, that's strange. That's why I'm trying this.
So you say that if I take like different titles in ISU, it will be fine for me, right?
What do you mean by different titles?
I mean, I wanted to explore about space architecture, but as you said that at the MSS program of ISU, they teach various of things to their students. So do you think it will be fine for me?
Oh.
While I was.
You mean with, you have a bachelor's degree in architecture, is that true?
Yeah, that's right.
No. So if you're saying, will that will that be accepted by ISU? If that, is that your question?
Yeah.
Because
I'm not accepted. I mean that, will it be fine for me?
you're breaking up a little.
Different titles of various of things that ISU must power.
Sorry, I was muted. There was an echo. Let me do this, and then I can perhaps answer your question. So here is, I'll go to full screen. This is a PDF version. I seem to be having trouble with the PowerPoint version. You see my, the Space in the Arts slide? Are you there? Mm-mm. Okay, I've lost you. Mm-mm. Hello? Hello? Mm-mm. Ah,
It's about internet connection, I think.
okay. So I did just wanted to. I'm having trouble. I'm gonna have to see why my PowerPoint will not open this file, but I have the backup, which is the PDF. And did I stop sharing, or are you seeing this?
Yeah, I don't see the screen. I just only see the Zoom.
Okay, let me go back to Zoom and do the screen share and share. And now do you see it? Do you see it now, Elif?
Yeah, I see. I see it now.
Space in the Arts.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I have to do it this way, I will, which is perfectly fine. Now, will somebody also? I have the little window right here with you in it. If I'm showing this slide, will they also have this window? But I guess they can minimize it by doing that. That's probably the best thing. So everybody controls their own.
Yeah, there is minimize height thumbnail video. Yeah.
Okay, we're having a little bit of echo problem. There it is. I have to remember as well, I'm going to mute, no, I can't mute myself because I'm going to play this music. So what I'd like to do, this is a little slideshow I put together. There's a history about it that I will give a little description of when we have the conference. But for you right now, just to make sure that it works, I'm going to play the MP3, the music file on my iPhone. Actually, no, I have it. I have it on my laptop. Let me see if I could do that. If it will play at the same time as I could step through there it is. Okay. So I'm going to, are you still there? Looks like it dropped. Yeah. Elif, are you there? No. Elif, do you hear me?
I hear you. Very nice.
Are you seeing the pictures and the music?
Mm, see.
Okay. Music. Where's my music? Okay. Tell me, how did that sound and picture come through fine? I don't hear you. Let's see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You are frozen. Okay, I turned my video and my sound off a second to see if that would help. Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
So did you see the pictures and also hear the music okay while I did a few?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a creation that I've put together with a little bit of original piano music by a pianist, an artist that I know, where it was actually my wife and daughter who picked out which song I should play. So that's another piece that I've, again, an example of combining, and actually it's both the word, there's poetry and music and the pictures that have been put together in a couple presentations that I've done for ISU and also for some other organizations, where we bring some poetry, actually poetry from both the Hindu ancient scripture and from the Judeo-Christian Muslim tradition as well, from the Bible, from Psalms, from Genesis, where there's some poetry that talk about the cosmos and how numerous our ancestors will be, and Abraham and that sort of thing. So I'm just going to describe the creative process of bringing the visual arts like painting, or the images that you were seeing were actually cosmic images. Almost all of them, if not all of them, I found on that astronomy picture of the day. Some are from Hubble Space Telescope, some are from other space telescopes, some are from ground telescopes, and they are actual images, some in the visual wavelength, others in other wavelengths, infrared or ultraviolet. And they were combined with a piano music, as well as, in some cases, some poetry. Again, as an example to those with creative talents, where they can bring their creativity in any form: sculpture, painting, music, poetry, whatever, together with a love of space, and have different themes. So that's um, in a long an hour and a half discussion. What I'm going to do in a short, very short, 30 minutes, no more, describe these different modes of bringing creative talent and artistry together with space.
You
And
know,
then
in
we'll have a Q&A. What do you think?
October 2nd, I mean 2 days later, you will be the last panelist of the day. So even if you want to extend your time, you are free as much as you like, because there is no another panel after yours. Your voice is muted. The voice is muted. I mean, okay, I can open it that. I will unmute you.
Sometimes the pull down that has the icon of a microphone, sometimes it doesn't show up for me when you know what, I have to put it somewhere. Let's see. Maybe if I put it there, it won't disappear. It was when I had it at the top of my screen up here, and it was not coming down when I moved my cursor there. So now, why is it? Oh, there it is. See how it appears? I wonder why it appears and why it doesn't appear. Whatever. Okay, that's my problem. So we're talking about tomorrow, right?
Not tomorrow. 2nd October.
Which is tomorrow, Friday.
Yes, 2nd. Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow.
What?
Tomorrow at noon my time, which will be 7 p.m. for you in Turkey. Do you know, do we have participants who will be in many different places around the globe, or 99% in Turkey?
We have almost 500 registrations, but most of them from Turkey. But still, it's worldwide. Everyone is in.
So the registrations are people, mostly people who are Turkish citizens, but some of them are in Turkey and others are in other places around the globe. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so are there other, let's see. So tomorrow, when I do my presentation, you're saying that there's nothing after that. I guess it's 7, it'll be 7 to 8 for the hour. I probably don't have much more than that. I can go a little bit longer than that, but not by much. So I do not want to cut. I want to give as much time for other people to ask me questions. Is it clear? Do you have any questions for me about how to moderate the Q&A? Is that pretty clear now? I did not hear an answer.
Can you say again, please? Could you please say again? I couldn't hear well.
My question was to you, if you are.
I could hear a question.
Yeah, are you comfortable with how to do the Q&A right now, or do you have any questions for me? I didn't hear an answer. I'm going to mute to see if I can hear you.
Yeah, it's because of my house.
Okay.
Internet connection is terrible. But tomorrow I will move from here because for the program.
Okay. So are you okay? The Q&A, you understand what we will do?
Yeah, as you said that I can moderate the participant audience. Right. I can, like, if they raise hand, they can ask their question. I can open their cameras and the voice. I can close them, or I can paraphrase their questions on the chat box, like that. Is it okay?
Either way, you just tell me how you want to do it. And I could either read the question myself in the chat box, or you can read it, or the person, if you feel the person is asking the question would like to actually ask the question on the screen, that's fine for me. And then you can help me if the person does not have as clear English,
Yeah.
uh, you can help to convey
Yeah.
the question. Let's see the chat box. I don't see a chat box link here.
There is chat box. It's left side of the screen share. Chat, you will see chat.
Oh,
And
there's a,
also, in my opinion, it will be better for us if I paraphrase their questions from the chat box, because you know, some people will write Turkish because they feel difficult to write English. I will translate their questions to you. I can paraphrase, can make shorter, understandable. You know, in Turkey, actually, English is not very common for people to speak.
yeah, I understand. Okay, so now, you know, at this period, at this point, I would remove, I've just removed the screen share because I think that will be easier. I'll go to full screen, and there I have the chat link where I usually see it, right next to screen share and participants. And so either I will, you could tell me either you look at the chat box, or you can read the question, or the person themselves, if they are fluent in English, can read can ask me the question.
There will be around maybe even, yeah, there are around 500 registrations. So even if we get 200 people on the panel, it will be very difficult to give the voice to everyone to speak. It will be better if I just give the questions to you. You
That's,
don't waste time on the chat box. It will
I didn't
confuse
know.
you with Turkish and English and wrong English.
So you're gonna just sort of type them in the chat box, or or I don't know if you have a voice actuated chat box where you could talk into it, but but you're gonna type them? Is that what you're thinking?
What do you mean?
Are you going? You're going. The way that I will see the question is I will read it in the chat box.
The questions which would be asked to you, I will read for you.
You'll read. Okay.
I'll read
Perfect.
for you, yeah.
Yeah. I like your smile, and and I can understand you well. So hopefully we'll have good bandwidth and we won't have any technology problems. So I'm clear now, I think, on how to do this with the screen share. And now that I've solved my security things that I had to do, you can, and you're saying you could see me clearly right now. It's bright enough and clear enough. That's good. I think we're done for our preparation. Would you, do you want, what is the next step now? Will I see an email link with the Zoom link for
I
tomorrow?
think, yeah, for the panel, the link will be same. The last email I sent to you, it will be completely the same.
It's going to be the same. Oh, wait, the same that we did just for this?
Yeah, yeah, this one, yeah.
Okay. So do I have to, do I save that link, or will I get another email with it in, or just click on the same email?
Yeah, click on the same email.
Okay, perfect. I will do that. It did not ask me for a password, so it's already embedded in the link, which is good.
Yeah, I made it the easiest way for everyone.
Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. Remove the mistakes for people who have fat fingers like me. So let's see. And do you, will I expect, should I go to that link 5 minutes before the time, or right at the time, or what do you suggest? Can you still hear me? I just sent you a chat to see if, because I can't hear you.
Now,
Okay, now I can.
it's a problem.
Did you also get, so when should I do the link? Should I do it a few minutes before, 5 minutes before, or right at the time tomorrow? Exit full screen. Okay. So I had, my final question was when should I do the link tomorrow? Should I do it right at the hour at 7 p.m. your time, or 5 minutes before, 15 minutes before? What would you like?
Yeah, it's okay. Even you can have 5 or 10 minutes before,
Okay.
because the previous panelist will finish the program at 6:30, so 30 minutes break. So at 7 we will start for you. We will have the 30 minutes in between. You can start earlier as your wish.
Okay, so I will get on 5 or 10 minutes before
Yeah.
the hour, but allow people to have their break. Well, I guess it's not a in-person break, except for whoever the few are in person.
Yeah.
And the last thing I was going to do was to show you my favorite COVID-19 mask, which I wear.
Yeah, I need NASA's face.
I need space.
I need space. I see. Wow.
I need space.
I
So that's
see.
in English, we'd say that's a pun. Do you know the word pun?
Yeah.
It has two different
Yeah.
meanings. So my daughter gave me this mask. She found this mask and she bought it. Okay, so we are done. I'm sorry it took so long, but I think it was very worthwhile.
No, it's okay for me. It's really okay for me. And I enjoyed meeting you, talking to you. It's really funny and nice.
And
Nice
if
to meet you.
It's my pleasure. I will see you and talk with you tomorrow. And I think that's all we need to do right now. So
Yeah.
bye from planet Earth.
Yeah, but do you have like any advice for me about space architecture experting? Really?
I would say who has been your contact at ISU for the master's admissions? Is there a person there?
Yeah, I'm here. Nassim Bowie.
Nassim? You could ask Nassim himself. He's an alumnus. He graduated from the master's himself. You could ask Nassim, or you could send a general request. You could say, or anybody else that you know is an ISU alumni from Turkey, perhaps.
Yeah, I know Gök too.
Göktuğ, yeah.
Yeah.
You could say, do you know any
great.
architects, people who are alumni and who are architects? Maybe they can make an introduction for you.
I don't know any architect at ISU.
No, I'm saying ask Göktuğ or ask Nassim if they could know. I know there was one student, and I could probably find his name. There was one student because he asked me architecture. He said he was an architect. Was that your question? How could you talk to somebody that has architecture and is marrying the interest in architecture with space?
Yeah, because, you know, as I told you that I have deferred the education to next year, 2021. So I have still 1 year for studying something, learning something, and solve my economical problem. So I have this year, 1 year. So I want to do something in this year. So I wanted to ask you what you advise for me to do in this time.
Well, you've been gathering great experience in some of the things you've done. You know what, the best thing that I find to advise people is to find, oh, are you, okay. The best, if you could still hear me, which I
I
hope.
hear you. Just
Okay, good. So look,
I,
I would say now it's time to do some research for you. And the research is to look for articles or books that are about space architecture. And if you just Google, if you may already have done this, if you Google space architecture, there's some interesting work being done about spaceports. There is in New Mexico, the Virgin Galactic, Richard Branson's company has a spaceport there. Perhaps there's spaceports closer to you in Europe. I know Norway has one, and others who are thinking about creating spaceports. There's architecture. If you're interested in that kind of architecture, you could Google some of those projects or activities that are happening now and see if there's something you could do virtually from Turkey, or maybe just you could, you know, if you are in an economic situation where you do not need money to do, and you could just work from home or work from wherever you are, you could volunteer. You know, sometimes an organization may say, I cannot pay you, but if you're interested to be a volunteer, and then you can do an internship or something. So I would say do some research online and see if you can find some names, and then do like all of us do. You know, I go on LinkedIn, I look at somebody's profile, I try to find out, is there something in common? Maybe that person has even traveled to Turkey, or maybe we've been in the same countries together. And then you reach out to somebody, or you find somebody like, will Guktuk return your email if you send him an email? Is he available to you to answer a question?
Oh, I don't understand. Well,
if you send an email to Guktuk and ask, if you ask him a question, will he reply to you?
Not yet.
No. Nassim, I guess, has done, but depends on how busy they are. How about do you have other, well, you have all your SEDS, you have SEDS connections, you have in Turkey, you have other people through this conference and others that you know. My best advice to everybody is network, network, network. There is, I will ask one person I know who's an architect in this field if he is willing to talk with you. I cannot say he will because he may be too busy, but there is a space architect that I know, and he was a classmate of mine in an ISU program that I attended.
What is his
I
name?
know, I'm sorry?
What is his name?
Well, I have to ask him before I share that. You know, I want to respect his privacy. I will respect your privacy. I won't give him your name until he says, yes, share my name, or yes, let me have her email. I need to have that kind of respect for different cultures, and you know, his background is different than mine and different than yours, so I don't want to assume. But he's the only one that I know is an architect, and I know, other than this master student whose name I can't remember, but Nassim will remember. I can I would say this is your homework, and that is to send Nassim an email and say, do you you could tell him that I said that there was a master's student in the last year or two who is an architect. And you could ask Nassim, I would like to speak to this person if that person is willing to speak to me. And you could ask Nassim, could you please give your name to that person and ask him if he could contact me. Again, Nassim is very, very strong about privacy, because the rules in France are very severe if you betray privacy, even more so than in the States. So Nassim will not give you any information, but he will not give you that person's name, and because that's French law. But what he may do is, if you ask him, could you please give my name? Steve said there was a master student in the last year or two who is an architect. I would love to talk to this person or email this person. Are you willing to give, Nassim, are you willing to give my email? Could you please give my email to this person and ask if he is willing to communicate, or ask him to reach out to me? Now, I don't know if Nassim will do that. Nassim may be angry at me for even suggesting it, but I think if you have a nice dialogue with him, if he knows that you are a serious future student and future fellow alumni, I think he will.
He knows how much I'm serious, but once he got angry with me as well because of a small thing. Actually, was small, but still.
So I have to let you use your judgment whether you want to do that, or just do the research I mentioned. I find that most people, especially the space community, is still a small portion of the population of this planet. And most people who are interested in peaceful uses of space are very willing to talk to other people and very interested to connect with people from around the globe. So I think if you ask politely and are not too pushy, and just say, I am a serious person in architecture and would love to combine that with my space interests. So if you find a name in one of these research papers, or in a project that is at a spaceport in Europe or in Asia or in the North America, whatever, you could reach out and say, I would love to talk to somebody who is involved with the architecture of the spaceport, or is one of these space companies that is going to build something in space and does architecture design for in space habitats. So that's the best advice I could give.
If you have time on 3rd of October, you can participate English. You can be audience at the English program on 3rd October. The first one will be space technologies. Dr. Robert Zubrin will be there. And after that, we did different titles with different panelists. And also, actually, we made a title about space architecture as well. I invited 6 space architects there. And after this program, I am planning to do like a space architecture gathering, like symposium, big one. And I want to reach out more than this 6 people. So invite them and make a big network of space architecture.
Well, there's been space architecture work going on for, I'd say, 50 to 70 years already. So the first thing is to do, one of the teachings that I learned is the words are seek first to understand. So you learn what has been done before, learn who the people are, and they will be very much that work, and perhaps some of those people can be of great help to you. So this, did you already get some responses from the architects for this panel you plan to do?
I will be the moderator at that panel as well.
Yeah.
And in our team, it's Stardust Squad. We created by ourselves in Vaughan. We have like a big mentorship. We have a lot of mentors from all around the world. Most of them are from Turkey, but still we have little bit foreigners. And one of them is space architect, and she sometimes try to help me about whatever I want to ask.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, that use try to be selective in how much email you send to somebody, because obviously if you send too much, everybody is busy and they could be a little bit overwhelmed. But I think that simply just offering that you would be happy to help a project, or you wish to learn from what people have done. Of course, if you need employment, you need an income, then that's your own personal matter to ask if people can hire you, or give a contract or something, or you just simply use it as a time to learn as much as you can between now and when you hopefully attend ISU next year. But I think you're doing all the right things. I mean, you're moderating a panel about space architecture. What could be better than that? But I would learn there is a lot out there. It is not my field, so I don't know much about it, other than every once in a while I've met somebody like this master student who asked me a question a year or so ago in Strasbourg, and also this fellow who I will ask for you if he is willing to talk, who I know is a space architect. So that I need to go and go enjoy nature here and get ready for the rocket launch.
I see.
Okay, so I think we're done. I'm going to leave the meeting. I think that's how we end, right?
I wanted to ask small things actually, but I'm not sure if it's true to ask you.
Well, you could, if it's a brief, one more thing. You could.
I really wanted to know, is it okay for you if we have a contact out of email? Like, can I have your contact number? Just simply.
Oh, you already have the email.
Oh yeah. I thought maybe it would be easier for on the, but still, it's fine for me. Whatever you want.
Yeah, if you just use my community email, my the one that has community.isunet.edu. That's my alumni, my faculty email.
Okay.
That's the one you should use.
Yeah.
And that's it. So
okay, thank you.
don't
Thanks a
stay
lot.
up late. You have
Okay.
and best wishes for the whole conference.
Thanks a lot for everything.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot for the patience. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.